General. So, as some of you might know, this year I am currently an AVP for the HR department. And so, it might have come to you, to some of you as a shock na parang, bakit ka tatakbo ng SecGen? Parang, why not HR? Or, yeah, why, precisely, why are you running for SecGen? And then, honestly, when I was asked that question, it wasn't really hard to answer for me. Hindi mo sa nagyayabang. Pero, I believe it's because I already knew then that what I planned to do and how I was going to do it for Lex. But then again, when I answered their questions, parang, bakit parang kulang pa rin? Bakit parang hindi nila nagigets kung ano yung, they don't seem to be as convinced as I want them to be convinced. So then, I thought na, and I realized na, kasi hindi ko naman sinagot yung tanong nila. Na, they asked why, and I answered with what's and how's. So I think it's a very enriching opportunity for me to be asked that question. And I think this is what I will try to answer for you guys. Why am I running for SecGen? So, siguro before natin masagot yun, yung tanong na yun, we must first ask, ano ba ang SecGen? So, here are a couple of things siguro na pumapasok sa utak natin pag SecGen. No? SecGen means minutes lang yan. Kaya SecGen, SWAT, tsaka Eval, send daw kay Joe, kaya kay To. Tapos, hala, SecGen IT na bukas, share yung project natin. Oh, bad word, sorry. And, more scandalously, sino SecGen natin? Diba? Parang medyo nakakawin. But then again, I think these questions and these statements only exist because we have a very limited perspective, limited perception of what the SecGen is. And, well, but really, what is a Secretary General? Let me reiterate. The SecGen has two titles, Secretary and General. And we only see the Secretary part of SecGen. So, how does the General work in SecGen? Dahil 7 minutes na binigay sa akin ng COMELEC, diagram tayo. So, we have org efforts like projects, talks, and stuff like that. And we have org goals. And then, hindi naman ibig sabihin na may effort tayo, may project tayo, successful na tayo. We must bridge the two with systems like the project management system, financial system, communication system, evaluation system, and stuff like that. And the SecGen, as the chief administrator or the general in the org, must be able to ensure the health of these systems. So with that, I build my 3-point platform, which is essentially systems revamp. And when I say revamp, I don't mean I'm completely changing everything, every system of the organization. It actually means fine-tuning the organization, improving it if ever there's something wrong, and introducing new and more efficient systems. So my 3-point platform is the institutionalization of identity files, meaning we'll be institutionalizing a CIP to make things more standard, more sustainable, and more stable. Next is the remobilization of evaluation data. So what happens now is when evaluation data reaches the SecGen's office, it stays there, it gets stuck there. So what I plan to do is to bring it down to the project level, to the micromanagement level, to ensure member growth and system growth. And lastly, I want reintegration of dissemination channels. So the dissemination channels we have now are SecGen, CC, and year reps. So yun nga, sabi ko ni Bugsy, parang feeling niya walang say yung CC sa pagsabi kung yung sa information dissemination. So I want to integrate all 3 departments into one centralized system where all can contribute and all are efficient. So ito yung major efforts ko, one corresponding to the other. So for the first one is the Lex Overhaul Series. It's a 3-phase program na it aims to institutionalize our files. The second is PSS revamp or process system and structure revamp. Again, I say revamp meaning to fine-tune our process system and structure. And this is especially focused on evaluation system. And lastly, IPOD, it's an acronym that I made up. It actually means Information Process in Organization Development. So it will be an effort to locate in our organization what is the feasible or what is the most effective centralized system of information relay. So that's one of my efforts. But then again, I keep reiterating this, revamp is not removal. So, as part of transition, I guess, I will plan to sustain the efforts of the current Office of the Secretary General, especially these efforts. First, the individual consultations with the project teams. Second, lexicon or the official publication of the org. Office empowerment or having deputies and giving them the opportunity to substantially contribute to the organization. And lastly, other constitutional roles, yung mga misconceptions natin kanina. Siyempre, I plan to keep that in mind. So I guess my whole platform is about forward to change. And it's not that change, parang we want to achieve change, but how are we going to achieve change? It's actually forward to change, forward through change. But when we say change, what do we mean by change? Change is not about completely removing and replacing the identity of our organization. It's not about fitting Lex to our definition of what a perfect Lex is. It simply means that we want Lex to be better. Simply means we want Lex to be better. And correct me if I'm wrong, when we say we want to improve, that is change. When we say we want to make things better, that is change. When we want to say we want Lex to grow, that is change. And to say otherwise, to say no to change means no to improvement, no to growth, no to improvement. Inulit. No to improvement and no to a better Lex. So if you believe that we need to take a step forward and not backward, vote forward, vote for Chris Nuevo.